Okay, folks, it's the holiday and I got the breakfast for you. Listen, I'm finna show you a breakfast casserole that's on steroids. Let's get it. All right, so look, first thing we're gonna do is we finna hit bake. We finna preheat this to 350 degrees. We started, and now we create. So the base for me is gonna be my sausage, right? But you guys can start with bacon or whatever. But I can just tell you this, just pork, what it does is it renders out something like incredible. And I got these maple flavored, sausages. I'm building up my heat. I'm just gonna start off with it. Instead of it being just hot and sizzling, I'm just gonna start this way. So while my sausage is going ahead and rendering down and cooking, I'm getting ready to prep my veggies, right? So you can use whatever veggies you guys wanna use, but for myself, I'm gonna start with my red and my green. If you guys like a little spice, we're gonna go ahead and go down with the jalapeno. We're gonna mince this really small. We're gonna put some onion, and I'm gonna go ahead and make this really, really small too. How many of y'all use these? And tell me what this is down in the comment section below. As you can see, we cook these down. Look, I don't cook them all the way where they be super hard because we're gonna put them in the oven too, right? Don't forget, this is a casserole. So I'm just gonna take them off when they look like this. For those of you guys that like to have a little bit of that spice, right? You know what I mean? Or you can put whatever kind of heat you wanna put in here. You know what I mean? For me, I'm gonna put, just one jalapeno. Obviously, I took all of the seeds out of that, right? But I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do those too. This other half, but just showing you that you guys got so many options. And that's what I want to read down in the comment section below. Like what would you add? What would you take out? What type of peppers would you use? And all of that, right? So now I'm getting ready to go ahead and do my shallot. You know what I mean? So we're going to start cooking it a lot with these shallots. Shallot give it a nice, unique, will I say unique? It gives a good flavor though. That's what I will say. And then, you know what? I don't want to cut myself, so I'm going to go ahead and just, let's just make some room. Let's just get a recut on it, right? So I'll just cut it like this. And then notice this. You notice how small I'm doing it? I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section below. When you dice small, what is that for? And when you dice, a little bit larger, what is that? You guys let me know. Let's open it up. Let's learn. I'm not going to tell you right now, but I will answer the comments down at the bottom. If you got it right, I'll just go ahead and say correct. Now that you've seen everything done, we talked about the shallots. You see the jalapenos over here. I'm keeping it separate just for the visual effect. The green, the darker green, the lighter green of the bell pepper. Then we got the red, the shallots, and then we got onion, right? It doesn't make no difference if they all mix together because they're all going in here. But I gotta say this, I'm gonna do it this way, the way I've been doing it. I put a medium flame underneath the bottom of here. There we go. I can feel a little heat. I'm getting ready to add my onions. I always give my onions a head start. Seems like they take the longest to do what they're gonna do, right? Now I'm gonna use Hexclad, right? These pots and pans, listen, nothing sticks to them. But if you guys using any other thing like that, and you got that fond on the bottom, from doing your, your sausages, don't worry, them onions, the acids in that, clean that up right up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just add, my red and my green. And if you look at it, look at the size. There's a little bit of a size difference. I want my green to be a little larger, because look, I'm thinking about my presentation, you know what I mean? We want to have a little red in there. Don't forget, we're finna add some eggs in here. So when you add the eggs, everything kind of like just blends in with this certain type of color, certain yellow, right? So we add a little color and flavor. All right, so look at it right there, because we finna go fast. Now, you see this right here? This is the jalapeno. I'm just getting this just to get a little bit of that, just to change the texture on the jalapeno. And it doesn't take much, folks. Just a little bit of heat. By the time I stir this and mix this in, I'm getting ready to do about 30 seconds with my shallots. And now, once I put my shallots in, I'm getting ready to cut it off. Okay, folks, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this sausage, right? Because this got our, our flavor, right? And I want you guys to notice one thing. If you look back over here, I want you guys to remember, like, hey, I know some of y'all saying like, hey, did he even season that? I did not, because listen, I think that, I don't know, I'm gonna say social media does it, but our tongue tells us also that when we put all of these different flavors in there, we use our favorite seasoning and all of that. Sometimes it tells us like, hey, that's the way to go. But listen, it's a combination. When you cooking, it's this right here. It's the, the shallot, the jalapeno, the, bell peppers, and whatever else you guys want to put in there. The onion, that's flavor, and it's almost like it's seasoned right there. You know what I mean? Then we started sauteing everything with our, our fat from this sausage right here. So listen, sometimes it is okay not to just overdo it and just trust it. You got to trust the process. You see how we got that there? Then we got cheese. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the cheese to it right now. Just a little bit, right? Mozzarella just ties it all in together. Been in this bowl for a minute. I'm gonna mix it all in there, no worries. But I start off like that. Now I'm getting ready to open up, you know, my tots. We add these. Look at that right there, right? All right, so then when I get it all mixed up, look how it comes together, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and just add our eggs. Now we're gonna go ahead with a little bit of that seasoning, right? We just add that. For me, since we're doing eggs, I'm gonna give it 1, 2, 3. That was 8 eggs, folks. You know what I mean? So let me go ahead and just get this mixed. And the rest is easy. Y'all bet y'all can finish this on your own right now. Right, so I got my 13 by 9. Let me move this here. I'm gonna drop this here so y'all can see it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a spray. And what we're gonna do is just add this inside of here. Look at the flavors. Well, I'm gonna say look at the color, to be honest with you. That's what I wanted to say. You know what I mean? When you look at that, you know what I mean? We just pour this over here like that. Remember, it's a liquid. It's gonna get everywhere in there. Okay, folks, so look, this is what you wanna have. You wanna make sure all of it is at least tied to like your egg mixture, right? Because listen, when that firms up, that's what's gonna bind it all together, right? So listen, I'm finna go in the oven. We're gonna go in there for about, I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour. It's probably gonna take about 1 hour and 20 minutes. I'm not gonna put no covering over the top. Remember, 1 hour, we're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna do the toothpick test and all of that. So stick this in like that. You see that right there? And in 3, 2, 1. Now look, check this out. What you didn't see is, like I said, I was gonna turn it into a star. We did a photo shoot, and look at that right there. You know she's ready, right? Ready to hit that mainstream. So look, I'll let it sit up. It's probably gonna sit up for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and, man, this is a big knife to be cutting that with. Let me go ahead and grab my little butter knife. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut me a nice slice out of here. You know what I mean? All right, folks, you see I done took it out, cut myself a slice. I'm gonna say this right off the bat, it's best served warm, you know what I mean? So when you make this, make sure you call everybody to the, you know, breakfast table, and then you go ahead and eat. But I do wanna show you guys this right here. Y'all can go ahead and fight over that edge right there, because that's him right there. But I'm gonna go ahead, get me some of this right here. Cheers, y'all. Right off the back, as soon as I bit it, you know what I was thinking about? Because I got some of that sausage too, but I was just thinking like, man, I sure wish I had some chicken or some turkey or something like that to add to it. You know, anything that I do it like extra on the meaty side, right? So listen, talk to me down in the comment section below. Let me read, you know, everybody's level ups. I'm gonna talk back to you. We figured that out. Don't forget, go by my website, Smoking and Grilling with AB. That's WITAB.com, right? Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there. There's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. Now it's my time to grab myself some Kool-Aid. Don't judge, and I'm out. Peace.